Welcome to the 24th video in our series about Unix tools. In this video, we continue learning about managing data in text files. Specifically, we are looking at CSV data files where each line is a record containing the same number of comma-separated values in the same order, and commas are not permitted within the data. This is a simple, popular format. What tools are required to work with comma-separated values files? We have already learned some. cat, which will allow you to display any text file. WC with the -L option. You can use this to count the number of records or rows or lines in a text file. grep. Our last video showed how to use grep to retrieve any row based on any field value, whether at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of the record, using anchors. The next three tools have not been explained yet: sort, cut, and awk. In this video, we'll look at how to use the sort command to allow sorting on any field in either ascending or descending order. Ascending order means increasing order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Descending order is decreasing order, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or reverse. Okay, sounds good. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do, for those who may have missed the previous video, is to take a look at the data file. The number in the left-hand column is from cat. It's not actually part of the data. So the first thing you'd want to do is sort on surname. So that's field 1. If you think of these fields as 1, 2, 3, and 4, we'd like to sort on field number 1. So how can we do that? If we take a look at the sort command, you see it's so complex it's scrolled off the screen. So we'll use our less paginator so we can see some of the options. When we look at this, we can see there is a reverse option for that descending order. If you're sorting something with numbers in it, they have some choices: numeric sort, general numeric sort, and human numeric sort. But we didn't have any numbers in our file, so those are not going to be helpful in today's exercise. What else can we do? Well, other options, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. Let's hit the space bar and we get another screen full of information, but it's too far. Let's use the up arrow. 1. There we go. And we said, look, I can specify keys with the -K. And that's going to be critical. Another thing we need to do is specify the field separator. Because by default, spaces, any kind of white space, whether it's the space like a space bar, which is ASCII 32, or a horizontal tab, which we learned in a previous video is ASCII number 9. Either one of those are used as the separator by default, but we want to use a comma, so we'll need to use the -T option for that. And wow, you could see from the colon at the bottom, there's still more to read. And the important thing here is the key definition for start and stop position, because you can either sort by columns of characters or you can sort using that delimiter with -T. Today we're concentrating on comma separated values, so let's exit the less, which we'll use the Q key for that, and we'll display our file one more time without the -N option, because we don't really care about the row number right now. We know there's 7 rows. There it is. So let's sort. I need to use a comma as my field separator. I want to use the key first field. If this works, we should see that Merkel moves after Ham and before on Uwan, right? And we did it, and what happened? It just hangs. We need to press Control C, which is to stop the program. And of course, I've made a silly mistake. I didn't specify any file to read, so it's ready to read from the keyboard. So give a file name. Much better. And I said Merkel would move from the end to between Ham and on Uwan, and it did. So we have successfully sorted on the first field. Instead of sorting on the first field, let's say we want to sort on gender, which should put females, the 3 female rows, before the 4 male rows. How can we do that? Just change which field, number 4. And you could see the 3 females came first and then the 3 males. Sounds good. But what if we want to sort on country? Just change it to number 3. And you can see that Thailand comes before the United States of America, but after Russia. And they're in order. Finally, just for completeness, we can sort on the first name or given name, like my given name is John. And you'll see that Angela came before Atita, and then John, then Joseph, then Margaret, Paul, and Smoke. Wonderful. We can sort on any single field. But I think you know, when you look at reports, you're often sorting on multiple fields. Will this built-in sort tool work on multiple fields? Well, first, let's make a plan how we want to sort. I'd like to sort males first, and then females. Well, wait a minute. When we did it on field 4, females came first. You can do 4R, and that says the 4th field, but reverse the sort. Okay, now males are first, and then females. And then I want, after I sort between males and females, I'd like to sort on the surname. So I'll do another -K on 1, and I want that ascending. So what is this going to do? Well, with Ham and Pot, there won't be any change. But with the females, Merkel, Anu, and Thatcher, there's no change. It should look the same. And you see it does. So how do we know it worked? Well, you notice how we used an R with the 4th field. So let's reverse the sort on number 1. Just, oh, look at that. It worked. Thatcher, Anu, and Merkel, Stalin, Pot, and Ham. But really, Pol Pot should be before Smoke Pot. Can we do that? Yes, just add another key. Key on number 2. So this should switch the 2 rows with Pot so that Pol Pot comes before Smoke Pot from Jamaica. Otherwise, it should look the same. And you think, wait a minute. I did 4th field reverse, males came first. Then I did the 1st field reverse, and Stalin came before Pot. And then I said the 2nd field, ascending. But you can see that Smoke came before Paul. So I'm not really totally happy with that. Let's think. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Yep, S is definitely after P. So we've got a problem here with our sorting. And we have to wonder, what if we put a 2R? Would that switch the rows? And you can see, no, it did not switch the rows at all. It doesn't matter what we put here. It doesn't matter if we have key 2 at all. That can be very frustrating, and you might feel like giving up. Don't give up. Investigate. So let's make a separate file in our next video to continue our investigation. We've reached the 10-minute limit, and I have to stop right here. I want to thank you for listening. Emphasize that we did get 2 of the sorts to work, and we're getting ready to debug the 3rd sort in our next video. Thank you for listening.